everyone, welcome to another episode of the QubicaAMF Tech Tip Podcast. This is a weekly podcast where we take you on a journey through the fascinating world of bowling technology and beyond. My name is Orly, and I am your host. And as always, I have a great co-host with us today. We have returning guest, Travis Huston. Travis, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Orly. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How's your day going?
So far, so good.
Well, that's good. And Travis, I know I've asked this a million times. You've been on the show. Do you want to first start off by letting everyone know, what you do with the company?
So I'm a trainer with QubicaAMF, and I go to bowling centers and I train them on the Conquer X functions. We talk about operations for your bowling center. We talk about, if you have new scoring installation or Edge String Pinspotter installation. Those are the types of areas that I train.
Okay. And Travis, today, the reason I had brought you on the show was, I've had some questions when it comes to string Pinspotter functions in Conquer. For instance, let's start off kind of basic here. If someone just wants to clear their pin deck, can you kind of go into that?
Yeah, absolutely. So if we're on our home screen and your quick access screen, we would first go into all lanes. We would select Pinspotter. And the idea here is that we want to first turn on the machine. So we'll select on. After all of the lanes come on, and you've selected all of the lanes, have them come on, then we would select clear pin deck, and this would allow all of the edge string pins to come up, and that way it would clear the pin deck. And then it will also give you a warning to let you know to turn off the machines before you would run a lane machine or get under the machine for any reason. Maybe it's additional cleaning, things like that.
Okay. And so I know there's a few different features that you're going to be able to tell us about, a few different functions in there. One I do have a question about. When I was in the bowling center, I used to get asked this a lot when it came to string pin spotters. There was like a rumor going around. I don't know who started, and they were like, is it possible? We heard it's possible if you want to set up like a 7-10 split, you could set that up to drop every time to practice that. So can you let everyone know that is possible and how they can do that?
Yeah, setting pins is one of my favorite functions for the Edge String machines. And so when we go to set pins, we would go to the same pin spotter selection where we would clear the pin deck. We would select set pins. And let's say we wanted to put the 7 and the 10 pin on repeat, for the 7-10 split. We would then be able to select it to either be temporary or not temporary. And then after, we've either set them up or on temporary or not temporary, this is where we also disable the, continuous setup.
And question on that. So the customer could set up themselves down at the lanes, correct?
Yes. If they have either the super touches or the easy keys, they have the ability to be able to set pins through that system. But it has to be enabled in the lane option.
Okay, gotcha. So what I was going to ask, I guess, is if they set it up for 7-10 split, and once their game's all done, does it automatically reset, or do you still have to set it back to go back normal?
If you close the lane, it'll go back to normal and reset.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, that's a really cool feature, because sometimes, you have maybe it's a 7-10 split that you're having trouble with. And if you could just sit there and practice that, all day, that's a really cool feature. And so we have clearing the pin decks. We have setting up what pins you want to hit. Is there any other features in there that they could do that have to do with pin spotter functions?
Yeah, besides turning the machines on and off. Now, this won't turn scoring on, but you can turn the machine on and off. This is where you would be able to set a full set of pins and then also respot the last remaining set of pins that was left for, let's say, a spare. So you could either do full set, respot from the last throw, or set pins for the pin spotter function.
All right, Travis. Well, that was, I think, very helpful because, like I said, that rumor was floating around. Can you set up those pins? And I think that's a really cool feature that I think people, once they know they can use that, they're going to take advantage of using that. I mean, it's like having your own personal pin person running back there and setting them up for you again.
Yeah, and you know what? It's a lot safer with the Edge String machines.
Oh, most definitely. So, yeah. Travis, I appreciate your time today. Until next time, everyone, make sure you're sharing this show with your friends, your employees. Go back and listen to old shows. There's so much knowledge that we have been teaching on this show. And if you have any questions ever or any show topic ideas, feel free to reach out and we will get those talked about. Until next time, we'll talk to everyone soon.